is a podcast called 25 Whistles, talking football, and they all wear a whistle. Yeah, it's stupid, but what did you expect? It's a podcast called 25 Whistles. 25 Whistles.
Hey, welcome to the show, brought to you by DraftKings. Jordan Davis is here with us. Jordan, I lost my first game last week, 15-1.
I know. Hey, that's still, you talk about being in the money.
Yeah, but I bet all that I won on 15 on that one. Wouldn't that be terrible betting? Like all the money I won on 15,
Yeah.
I decided to put it all in on the one.
That would
Let it
be,
ride.
Yeah,
that's
that
not
would
what
be-
happened,
yeah,
but
that would be rough.
Glad you're here, buddy. 25 Whistles presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app and use the code BobbySports to get in on the action. So lots of stuff today, including an interview later with Ricky Williams. And I'm going to say this, because Jordan, you were not part of the interview. But I want you to know that if you go back and listen to this, I think you're going to be entertained.
I could definitely see where an interview with Ricky Williams would be entertaining.
But it will not be what you expect. At one part of the interview, I had to go. As the interviewer that I am, well, can't talk about football anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yes.
It was kind of a...
Yes, it pivoted real quick.
I tried like 4. I'll just say this. I asked him one question. And I said, what's happening with UT? He goes, I don't know. I don't watch.
This is awesome.
And he goes, I don't even go to... He goes, I've been to Texas like twice, like in the last year. So it was big.
He seems like the guy that was just really good at football, but never really loved it.
Ooh.
Well, we talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You need to
Is
find
it
out
really?
about that.
And
Yes.
you're partially on to something because I think it changed a bit as he.
Yeah.
I did ask him what age did he love football the most. I don't want to spoil. No spoilers here.
No spoilers.
But it was an interview where we finished, and I went, "How about that, boys? That was interesting." And sweet guy. So that'll come up later. And then I believe next week Trent Dilfer will be on live. And with us.
Yeah.
So that'd be
Dude,
pretty cool.
Just a great mobile quarterback right there, you know?
You know what's
Super
funny
Bowl winning mobile quarterback.
Seriously.
is that he's massive.
Big guy?
And you don't think he would be because standing up around the other NFL players, he didn't look massive because they're all massive.
Yeah.
But I was working out where he coaches now, and he came out. We talked for a little bit, and he listened to the show, the radio show a little bit, and obviously I know who he was and who he is. But I just remember thinking, God dang, he's huge. He's huge. You ever met Eli Manning?
I have.
Huge, right?
He's bigger than Peyton.
He's a monster. The
Yeah.
first
Like you
time-
talking big,
Really?
big, like size
Dude,
big or tall big?
I was at the Super Bowl in Miami. The same place I met Goodell and Jerry Jones, which I got to do Jerry Jones coming up. Too.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm there, and who was there? It was Eli, and it was Archie, and it was Cooper.
Big Archie or
Cooper.
Oh yeah, Archie.
It wasn't Arch. Arch was like 9.
Little high school Arch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember Eli coming up to me, and Eli on TV kind of looked medium and
Yeah.
dopey.
Yeah.
He shook my hand, and it swallowed my whole hand.
Massive guys.
Massive guy.
We were just in Green Bay and got to see Rodgers. And
Wait, you met Aaron Rodgers?
I didn't get to meet him,
Oh.
but he was in the room.
He saw
I
him.
wondered why he said that all funny.
Yeah.
It's like when Aaron Rodgers didn't get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
And
I
saw the vaccine. He
He
immunized.
was
or whatever.
immunized. Yeah. I was like, Jordan's doing some sort of wordplay.
No, I saw him across the room and I was like, okay, you next to Bakhtiari look small, but you are the biggest
Big guy.
person in this room by 3 inches and probably 25 pounds.
Mike, look up his official weight, will you? Aaron Rodgers. Because again, I just see him as like me, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's up, and I'm not a small guy, but I'm not a big guy, but he looks normal-ish.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers, do you have a big beard, long hair?
Yeah, he's wearing like a kind of hat.
Yeah.
So he didn't have, it, you know,
Think he's
I
attractive?
don't know what he's doing. Yeah,
Is
he's
he
great.
good looking?
He's a great looking guy.
He is.
Wait, what do you got?
He's 6'2", 225.
No way. No way that guy's 6'2".
There's Hollywood pretty. TV pretty, meaning we see him on TV and we're like, that's pretty normal. But then you see him in real life, you're like, oh, god dang, in real life, the human, they're hot.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that before with both guys and girls. And I'm like, whoa, I can't believe you're this pretty in person.
That's an attractive male right there.
Yeah, I would think probably a
Really?
pretty good looking
Yeah.
dude.
I think with all those memes out there where he's like all
Yeah.
cross-eyed, like
Yeah.
there's no way this is a good looking dude.
Yeah, there's too much image corruption via the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's warm it up here. Which NFL player would be the most annoying NFL player to hang out with? And which would be the coolest to hang out with? Eddie, we'll go to you first.
Oh, the most annoying Tom Brady, the GOAT. I mean, I don't want to go to dinner and have him talk about himself the whole time. I
You
feel like
think
that's
what
all
he's
he would
about?
do. Oh yeah, man. It was fourth quarter. Yeah, it was
wouldn't you wanna
fourth and
hear that
2.
stuff,
No,
though?
I don't care. I saw it, dude. I don't care what you have to say. But the coolest though, Zeke. Like once I saw Ezekiel Elliott on Hard Knocks and how he's like, he's all crazy. I want to party with Ezekiel Elliott. May get in trouble if I do that, but I think it'd be worth it.
All right, you're a Brady hater and a Zeke lover, obviously. Okay. Let's go to kickoff Kevin. Kevin?
The most annoying would be Russell Wilson, for sure. He would be a robot. Hey, Russell, you want to go do this? You want to do this? Well, Kevin, if you do this.
Mr. Unlimited.
And then just goes on some
God,
tangent.
that's so cringe, dude.
Mr. Unlimited. I was talking about
Yeah.
that last time, how cringe it is. Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that would be the most annoying. And then the coolest, of course, is Tom Brady. Come on,
what?
dude. The GOAT, the quarterback. The
That'd be pretty
greatest
cool.
Football player. You could talk business with him, football with him, whatever. it
You
is.
just love the Patriots, though. Just bias alarm.
Bias alarm.
Can we hit bias
Yeah, yeah.
alarm for Kevin, please? Because obviously he's picking Tom Brady because Tom Brady is his favorite quarterback. So you get the bias alarm.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Did
He
you
stole,
watch
he stole mine. That's why.
The Last Dance with Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
And
it's been a while.
you watched all those episodes and think, oh, I'd like to hang out with Michael Jordan. I feel like it's the same. If you're the GOAT and everyone in your whole career has told you you're awesome,
Yeah.
there's no way you're going to be fun to hang out with.
I don't think that's true. I think there are probably. I have some friends that have hung out with Michael Jordan. And I've told you
And?
some stories off a microphone that I cannot tell here on this microphone. Yes, I think there are people that his personality type would rub them the wrong way.
Yeah.
But you and I have completely different personalities.
That's true.
And I think that's why we probably live our lives in many ways together and we're fine. You chill.
Yeah, man, relax.
Smile, have fun, sit back. Couldn't be a bigger type B in a loving, wonderful way.
And then
Like-
Bobby,
Oh.
laid back, nonstop.
Yeah.
Doesn't work a lot,
Where I am just like, I feel this way. This is the right way. We're gonna do it this way. This is the only way. And that will rub people the wrong way too. But our personalities work. I think it just kind of depends on who you are and what you're annoyed by. I think I'd probably be annoyed by Aaron Rodgers, but I would also appreciate the fact that he knows who he is and like just does it regardless.
Yeah.
Most annoying would probably be Baker Mayfield, and most fun probably Baker Mayfield for me.
Oh, a little bit of both.
One.
Because I love that dude, but I also could see real quickly how I would hate that dude.
Yeah.
But I'm into it. He's got a lot to say. He says it. Sometimes I'm like, "Eeh." But I'm like, I like it that he just goes out there. And also, I used to just be annoyed by him until he told me he was a fan. And then I'm like, I love that.
That changes things.
It's funny how that
I'm like,
changes
I'm
so
going
fast.
Baker Mayfield. Let's go Panthers. So I had Russ on my list. Russ is annoying and awkward and cringy at times. Jameis Winston's hilarious to me.
Oh, yeah.
So funny. My original two were going to be Russ and Jameis Winston because that dude, when he gives motivational speeches, LOL funny.
You're like, what are you talking about?
As a Saints fan, it really is painful. Like when he,
That's right.
When
What do you
he-
think about Jameis?
oh man, he's not the guy, man. He is not.
Not as
And-
the quarterback. What do you think about him as like just being
Oh,
hilarious?
he's fascinating.
Yeah.
He's been fascinating since he ate the dub. Remember when he was like, "We're gonna eat this dub. We're gonna get this dub," and I was just like, "Oh my god, that guy's a quarterback in the NFL."
Eat the dub, baby.
Like
Put it in your mouth.
it's like, and coming off of Drew Brees, who was like his pregame motivational speeches were amazing. I think that's what Jameis is trying to do, but just way off. Buddy.
I love it.
Way
It's not my
off.
team, so I love it because I'm so entertained by it.
Yeah.
Jordan, let's talk about you for a second. You had 2 shows here in Nashville at the Ryman, back-to-back nights. Pretty cool, huh?
Dude, it was amazing. I mean,
And they're your shows. Like you headline the shows.
Yeah.
Is that your first time playing the Ryman as a headliner?
first time as a headliner, yeah.
I don't know. What's the difference?
I mean, we've done a couple. Like I've gone up there and done a song.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the difference for you? Like how cool it is. It's got to be much cooler when it's your deal and your tickets.
100%. I mean, that was a place that, when I moved to town, it was just a place that I toured. And Adam, I mean, we all know how special that room is and what it means to country music. So to be able to headline that, had a bunch of families in, a ton of friends flew up for it. It definitely, a pinch me moment. I mean, I'll be honest with you though, I'm still kind of just on cloud 9 from it.
Or tired. Which one really?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I would
Like,
Cloud 9's a good thing to say. I'd be like, oh, I'm just on cloud. I'm freaking exhausted.
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was just some special moments. And I think the cool thing too is to be here in Nashville. So many people. I mean, I've been here for 11 years, so like a lot of relationships, a lot of people that have helped me get to the Ryman that were there. Got a chance to thank them, and yeah, it's just a special night, special 2 nights.
What about people that have supported you for a long time, personally and professionally? That
that wear dark rim glasses.
I don't know, man. I just
You know, Bobby sent me a message yesterday about it. He goes, "Hey man, I got an industry invite, which I get a lot of those, and who cares? But didn't get like a personal invite, so it's all good."
Come on, Bones.
But no, I knew, and I told him this when we came in. I was like, "Man, I hate making people like feel like they have to come to something when we all know how busy we all are, and being in town is nights at home are sacred. So I don't like feeling like I'm dragging somebody out that doesn't want to be out."
Well, I always like to be invited but never want to go, and that's exactly what I would have liked. I would have said no, but I was like, bro, got to get up early in the morning. But thank you for the personal invite.
Yeah, you got to learn that about Bones, Jordan. Just invite him. He won't go, but just
I'll never go.
No, when I saw Bobby Bones' text message on my phone, I was like, this probably isn't great. Something is.
I think it was just a time of morning because I'll text you and be like, you want to play golf, but it's never that early.
Oh, I knew it wasn't a golf text.
Yeah.
I knew it
It's a
wasn't
little too early for that one. Well, congratulations, man.
Thanks, dude.
That's really cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go over and do the tittle tattle.
It's time for the stupidest name ever. It's the tittle tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
Let's go.
All right. Should the Chargers sit Justin Herbert this week against the Texans?
You know what sucks for the Chargers is everybody's hurt now. Bosa is hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's what he wants, right? I mean, if that's your franchise quarterback and he's going to be your quarterback for a long time and you feel like you're going to be the coach of that quarterback for a long time, you have to establish a relationship where you trust each other. And if the doctor says he can go and he says he wants to go, I think you let him go. He obviously wants to be there. There's no reason he should have been in that game late last week except for he just wanted to be there. But also, as a young quarterback who is the franchise guy, I'm sure he feels like he has to prove to that team that he is a leader and he's going to be there for them, because it's hard to ask people to do things that's uncomfortable if you're not also doing things that's uncomfortable. And so I get it from the perspective of he's injured, he's our guy, we need to pull him out. But also I see it as a guy who wants to ask of his teammates to do great things and sacrifice a lot. So this is a time that is trying, where there is adversity, that he's showing them he will also do it. Because I just feel like I will never ask anybody to do anything that I won't do. Wait, that I will do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I won't. And so there are times where I am like, man, I've been here. Let me tell you about this time I did this. Or sometimes I'll do stuff here now that I don't have to do. But just to prove like I'm in it with you guys. I'm not Russell Wilson. I'm not a prima donna fancy pants. Like, we're in this together. Let's go. If he wants to do it, I think he should do it just for that reason alone. Go ahead, Eddie.
I agree with you, but I have a different angle here. I would like to see Chase Daniel play, because this dude has been in the league for what? How long? He's made $36 million as a backup and never seen the field. Like, I want to see this guy earn his money, because he probably only has a couple of years left in the league.
You know he doesn't want to play.
He does not want to play. Absolutely not.
I don't want to prove I ain't good.
No.
Absolutely.
Especially when they lost their left tackle too. You think Chase Daniel wants to come get chased around?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
but
not.
I want to see him.
I think it needs to be Chase Daniel. This was actually a trivia question on the bus. He's attempted 160 passes in the NFL, and he's made 30-something million.
$36 million. I looked it up. It's
he must
crazy.
be like a great guy to hang.
Yeah.
They love having him around.
Or probably he's great at helping the quarterback get ready.
Yeah.
Meaning he's there. I don't use the word tutor because some quarterbacks need it, some don't. But tutor maybe, but there to assist him in the game plan and you know, the change, the additions they're making.
Yeah, we don't know, right?
That's-
I mean,
that's
I do a
what
little bit.
Orlovsky-
I've been told that by people. That,
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of his deal. He's very capable when it comes to learning quickly and helping the others learn.
Cool.
If it's the quarterbacks, or at times they will put him with other folks in the offense. Just little rumors I heard.
All right.
That
Maybe he's
was
worth that money.
Orlovsky. That was Orlovsky's MO too. It's like that's how he maintained his career for so long and stayed in the league.
And he's really good at running out of bounds. He's like, watch this, guys. Watch what I do here. All right, next question.
All right. Will Russell Wilson and the Broncos turn their offensive woes around this weekend against the winless Raiders?
I don't think so. I think the Raiders have to win a game. I'm just playing numbers at this point. Yeah. The Raiders aren't a bad team. At least I didn't think they were. I still don't think they are. Just looking at them, just looking at personnel, they're not a bad team. To be the only 0-3 team, first of all, Jets, Giants. I mean, there are teams you look at that look bad.
Yeah.
But they've won games. Raiders have had an unfortunate luck, and they've also had to play a couple really good teams. They shouldn't have got beat by the Titans. That was just a bad game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And the Cardinals.
that Kyler Murray was playing out of his fucking brain, though. But they blew that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They blew it.
They should have won that game.
Yeah. I think eventually they got to catch up. I think they're too good not to catch up. I don't expect them to lose again this week. But if they do, I'll be like, what the crap? They're going to win the next one. You know, to watch Carr and even Adams freaking hates losing.
Yeah.
He gets angry. He's upset. And so I think they'll win this week. I hope they win this week mostly because I'm a bet on them. All right, what else you got?
All right, going back to the Chargers, do you think their injuries will derail their season?
It's so much. It's Herbert's probably not going to be 100% for another 3 weeks or so if he doesn't get hurt anymore by playing now. Bosa's out, but what else is new?
Yes.
Who else do we have in that
Only a matter of
division?
time before Khalil Mack joins them.
Yeah, if Khalil Mack's out, just cancel the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you in soccer send him down a league?
Right?
Yeah.
Gotta go play in the Sun Belt.
I mean, it's beat up bad, which is terrible too, because out of all the offenses in the NFL, like, that's the one that I would love to see the Chargers offense clicking. Justin Herbert is fun to watch when he's 100%.
I mean, they lost Slater.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah, like,
I mean, the best lineman, or second best lineman, depending on.
yeah,
Just it's been a lot, right? And any of my friends that are Chargers fans, and I have two, one that's a big fan, one that's a medium fan, they're like, yeah, it's classic Chargers. Like they just expect bad things to happen to them.
Yeah.
It's almost like me in Arkansas. It's
Right.
I like it. It's going pretty well, but I know what's about to happen. But so it's been a kind of disastrous first part of the year for the Chargers. I do hope they hang in there and win some games, though. All right, next one.
Do you think Brian Harsin at Auburn is going to make it through the year?
No way. Whenever somebody says and has to confirm they have not fired their coach, which is what Auburn had to do.
yeah.
If you ever have to confirm you haven't fired your coach, you know that real soon you're going to have to confirm you did, fire your coach. He was dead man walking in the offseason when the boosters were trying to run him. He was going to have to come out and win 9 games to keep his job probably, and that just wasn't going to happen with what they have there. I think it's a matter of time before he gets fired. I would love to see him make it through the season, but now it's like, how can we go ahead and start rolling and try to find the next guy?
Yeah, that
also,
sucks.
to me, it's where's Dion going to end up? And does he want to leave? Does he want to go to Georgia Tech? Does he want to go? There are these schools now that are opening up, and it's like, where does Deion Sanders go? And who makes that? Because that's
a commitment.
It is.
If Deion Sanders is your head coach, it's like, obviously the guy knows what he's doing, but it's a totally different culture shift when he comes in. And
he's the star. Then
he is
more than another coach who comes in to make his players the star. Deion is going to be the star.
Deion's the guy.
More
And
than the boosters too, the dudes who want to run that stuff.
That's the thing. It's like how much of that is, and you know, the more I feel like I've gotten out of college, I've realized how much boosters affect that, you know, and I just don't know if a guy that gives a ton of money to a school is going to want all the lights on Deion Sanders and not what they do for the team. So
I mean, it's why Texas sucks.
Yeah.
Honestly, sucks in relatively speaking. They don't suck, but they suck compared to what they should be every year.
Right.
It's because their boosters running the thing.
yeah,
It's that whole culture over there.
Yeah.
But yes, he's gone. He's gone. It sucks. It sucks for him.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah. All right. What else?
Which ranked underdog has a better shot at covering this week? Kentucky -7 versus Ole Miss, or your Razorbacks -17 hosting Alabama?
Get the button ready.
Well, no. If I just say Arkansas, you're going to say Button.
Yeah, Biceler.
He asked me a question
but
that has
still,
them as an answer.
If you pick that, you got to hit the button.
Hit the button, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's weird. That Arkansas Alabama game's weird. I could definitely see us playing really well, even winning the game. And I don't always say that. I think we could win this game. If I were going to put 1 to 10 meaning we for sure win, 3.5. That's pretty good. They beat us 15 years in a row. But if I were just betting it as an outsider, I think Arkansas can cover that as long as it doesn't get out of hand early. We played them within 1 touchdown last year in Alabama. Yeah. Kentucky is not a good football team. They're not. They've played nobody. The only team they played is Florida, and Florida is not a good football team.
Yeah.
They're number 7. They're the worst number 7 I've ever seen in the history of number 7s. There's never been a number 7 that's as bad as Kentucky is right now. If they did an all-time list of bad number 7s,
Kentucky's up there.
Kentucky's number 1.
and they may prove me wrong, but they've played nobody.
Yeah.
And they're singing their praises. They did nothing.
They've also given up a ton of sacks doing that too.
It's just like, bro, look who they played. Like, stall them out at 12 or something. If you're not playing, get them to that spot and hold off for a minute. But we'll see. If they come out and beat Ole Miss, then I will come on this show and I will act like I never said it. But still.
Well, I think you're going to see that this way. All right, Ole Miss beats them. They're at number 7. I think you're going to see a massive drop from them, which like probably back down to like close to 20.
I mean, that's a big
obviously,
drop.
Obviously,
Arkansas
the
fell
game,
that far, and we also top 25 team. I think you're right if it's based on like last week, but Kentucky won't. They won't get knocked back that far if they lose.
Obviously, we have to see what they look like. I don't think that game's. I think Kentucky is going to lose. I think they're going to lose by more than 7, and I just think that I hate when they do that, when they rank a team high and then they get beat, and you're like, okay, well, you never thought much of them in the first place, so why'd you have them there? But
Should have stalled
we'll
them
see.
out.
Yeah,
You should have like 2 stall outs a year. There's like a stall out coach,
yeah.
and he watches he's like, you know what? Because Kansas should be ranked, by the way.
That's what I was going to say. Kansas
Yeah.
Was that a
4-0.
question?
No, it's
Okay.
not, but
The fact Kansas should be ranked because I've been looking at their strength of schedule. It's at like 13 or something. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And they haven't lost a game. Their offense, click, click, click. I mean, they're just scoring points, man. It's awesome. But again, it'll all shake out about week 5 because teams then start playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at other number 7s that sucked, and Kentucky's the worst of all time. Number 7s.
the one list.
I even like Kentucky football. I just get irritated. They keep moving them up, and they've played nobody.
Yeah, it
and then
happens every year, right?
after Matt Jones talking about how I wonder if we're playing for the national championship of what? Worst number 7s?
Yeah.
You gonna pull some guys out of retirement? God dang! All right, one more.
Which non-SEC ranked matchup are you looking forward to the most this weekend? You got Wake Forest at Florida State, Oklahoma State at Baylor, or NC State at Clemson.
Why would you ask a question like that? As far as non-SEC, is it because I love the SEC, or is it because the SEC has the best football in it?
Both. Because there's a lot of SEC talk everywhere,
Yeah.
so you almost have to put everything
Fair.
else in its own category.
Okay, so the Clemson North Carolina State game is interesting to me, just because Dabo won't come on this show, so I hope they lose.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
That's fair enough.
That's literally it, and I hope they lose. The end, but that's my only interest. I think they'll win. I think they had their close call last week. I think they're probably pretty focused, so I think they'll win that one. The Oklahoma State Baylor game is like a mirror. Those two teams,
Yeah.
and what they both could do, and they could still win that conference, both of them. But I think it's, what was the other one that I had?
Wake Forest and Florida State.
No, it's not that one. That one sucks. I'm gonna go back to.
I like Wake Forest though, man. Sam Hartman is
He's a
he's
stud.
They got 2 losses, don't they?
Stud.
Then they got one loss.
This one.
Liberty
They
almost
should've-
Yeah.
beat them.
but they should have that Clemson game.
Yeah.
They had every chance in the world to win that game. I think Clemson is. You talk about a bad number 5. What are they? 4 or 5?
5, yeah.
You talk about the top number 1 bad number 5.
Yeah.
That's Clemson this year.
Okay.
Like
Well, and they won't get a chance to really prove how bad because they're not going to play.
they're not going to play anybody.
Like this is it, kind of.
But if they blow out NC State, then you're like, okay, maybe
Okay,
they're
who
legit.
cares? Who cares
Well,
that you
they're
just
10. I mean,
crushed
they're
North Carolina
10.
State?
But they're 12, 11,
Yeah, they're
10.
ranked.
They were 12
Yeah.
last week, I guess.
And they have a good quarterback. Devin Leary's a stud.
But
Yeah.
I guess my problem is that if it's a bunch of teams playing each other and you just throw some ranks on them, how good are they really if they're just playing each other?
Right.
True.
So
It's like Kentucky right now. Back to them. It's great. Enjoy number 7 for 2 more weeks, and in 4 weeks, nobody will talk about Kentucky again.
if you ask me, the number 1 team in the country is LSU.
No bias.
You know, I agree with that. I think that's it.
Is that the last one? That's it. All right, there you go.
The stupidest name ever is the Tittle Tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
All right, around the room, what injury will affect this week in the NFL most? I'm going to start with you, Jordan Davis. Any injury, pick an injury, any injury. Which one most?
Sterling Shepard. That I feel like the Giants' offense was already struggling. You got to find a way to get Saquon more involved. Already kind of weak in the receiver, depth chart. So to lose that guy,
Well, when he went down to weird.
I mean,
No contact, just like somebody shot him in the leg.
ACL things, man, that's
Yeah.
scary.
Just pop.
But I really think that you lost a bad game at home to the Cowboys. Not saying the Cowboys are bad.
Thank you.
It was a
But-
it was a gross game to watch.
It was
like
it was
that
a
Denver
tough game to
really.
watch.
Yeah.
Tough game to watch.
I enjoyed it.
Daniel Jones looked good. But yeah, you lost at home to Cooper Rush played well, but you lost at home to Cooper Rush. So then you just lost, what I think is their number 1 receiver. I think the Giants are this next week is they need a win.
Eddie?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Bills defense because they're just peppered with injuries, and they're playing the Ravens this weekend. I mean, this is a big one, And I think with a bad defense, Lamar's going to run all over him. So this is a bad one for this week for sure.
What if the Bills lose again?
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
Unfortunate timing to have to play Baltimore when they're click, click, click,
Yeah.
click, click, click. I mean, Lamar was just like playing Madden on easy mode.
Yes, I know.
Not
Dude,
even
you
on
know what I
All-Pro,
love about
on easy.
Lamar just like seems chill all the time. And to me, that's the success in his game. It's like he's just relaxed, always goes into these games, no pressure, and he always delivers.
Yeah.
I think he does the same thing against the broken Bills defense.
That's my pick for MVP before the season started.
Yeah, I
I
was.
hate to remind you,
Looking good
but I
right now.
will every week until he sucks and I'll forget I ever said it. Kevin?
I'm going to go with a collective group here, and that's the Bucks receivers. I think if Julio Jones is still out, they get Mike Evans back, which is good, but Godwin, he's still a little questionable. So if they can get them back going against a tough Chiefs team, then it'll be a big thing for them.
I think I made quite the move in our fantasy league this week where I picked up Gronkowski because I think he comes back to Tampa because they got nobody else.
Oh.
He's not even on a team.
Isn't that interesting? When he said this, I'm like, hey, you know what? You can be a real idiot right now, or you could be the smartest man alive.
Yeah, I'm not
Hey.
playing him this week, but it's
Yeah,
like they
that's-
have
that's
nobody.
Why not?
They went and got Beasley, and so it's like Gronk's gonna come back.
When you're dipping down to Cole Beasley,
Yeah.
you're scraping the bottom.
So
Poor
it
Cole.
was
He
a
can still get open.
Yeah.
straight speculation pick, but I picked him up and it was
God,
like
Bobby, if that happens,
You're a genius.
that's unreal.
I wouldn't say genius.
Well, no one's doing that. No one's thinking that Gronk can come back. It's definitely a possibility, but I guarantee you 99% of fantasy players out there are not thinking
I love that when they say like how many the percentage of that the players owned. I love now that on ESPN the only person that owns Rob Gronkowski
His bones. It's going to be a
That's what I
.01.
was going to say. I'm surprised he was out there.
I've got him and Eli, both sitting on the bench.
Oh, everyone's out there, Kevin.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, you're out there from your
Yeah,
D2 days.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, am I out already? Are you in there?
Adam,
The Slater injury, left tackle, the Chargers. If whenever Herbert comes back, if he plays this week or whether or not that left side, that blind side is, I don't like that for his ribs because they're gonna be coming after him, trying to knock him out of the game and trying to keep him limited. That left tackle spot is just going to be huge for the Chargers if they want to crawl back in the division.
Yeah.
he ain't coming back though. I mean, it's a bicep tear,
yeah,
right? It's all season.
yeah,
so
I mean
that left side's
Herbert
gonna
coming
be
back.
eat up forever. Even if Herbert comes back next week, that's just an unfortunate situation.
And I think too, like, and even kind of dipping back on that with her, it's like at some point you got to protect the player from himself. And I know Justin Herbert wants
I mean,
to
I'm a
come
leader.
back.
I'm playing for my boys.
But
Line
it's
up,
like,
get in the foxhole.
if he's and he is the guy, like he's the franchise quarterback. And now your left tackle's out. That's a tough spot.
Next NFL coach, or let's just do any coach. Well, who's the next coach to get fired? Because there are a lot. There's Matt Rule, who's constantly in Carolina. Like, is he good in the NFL? He hasn't proven it yet. He was great in college. Like, who is the next coach to go down? I'm gonna go with. It's probably Cliff Kingsbury in Arizona or Rule. Those two are right there on the top for me. I think Cliff kind of gets a bad rap. He has improved that team every single year. Every single year they've won more games. But because they don't win later, they're not getting farther along in the playoffs. I mean, last year Kyler in the playoffs, that was a terrible performance.
Awful.
Terrible. It's one of the worst I've ever seen by supposedly an elite player.
Yeah.
But I'll probably go Rule, then Cliff. Yeah.
Coach Cliff.
Yeah, Eddie.
I'm going to go with the Denver coach. What's his name? Hackett?
Yeah.
I mean,
He just hired a coach to help him coach.
I mean, that's
I
terrible.
like that.
He really did that.
That's an indication of we don't need you. I think once they find out, like, dude, your backup dude, your guy you hired to help you is doing your work for you. I mean, really, you get Russell Wilson, a lot of hype in this year, and you can't make it happen. Something is not good, and I think he's next.
I like Nathaniel Hackett. I think he could be. I mean, top 5 to be fired. Okay.
And I could be wrong about this, but I just feel like Russell Wilson is let me lead the team kind of guy, and there's a struggle between like calling plays. I feel like half the time when Russell's up there and he's running a play, he doesn't really want to run, and I think that's part of the problem too. And I think Hackett should know if he has Russell in that situation, dude, you're out there, you call the play, you be the leader, and I don't think he's letting him do that.
Jordan Davis?
I think Nathaniel Hackett's there. This is a white hot take. Okay.
Belichick.
No,
I like it. I like it. Come on.
That's a hot take.
If the Steelers win 6 games,
You're crazy.
I mean, but
They're not going to fire Tomlin.
No.
If
He's never had a losing record. You're going to fire a coach for his first losing record when he doesn't have a quarterback? That's
That's a
wide
good
hot.
point right there.
I mean, again, it was a hot take. It was a hot take.
You said white hot.
white hot take.
Maybe the hottest. Maybe the hottest I've ever heard. Yeah.
I don't know. It just Pittsburgh feels weird. I almost wonder. It's like it's not a firing. It's one of those things where like we've decided to go in a different direction. I love Mike
I don't
Tomlin.
think they ever would.
I love Mike Tomlin.
That's the hottest take I've ever heard. Ow, ow, ow. Still burning. Ow, ow.
But I did okay.
What
but
about Frank Wright? And,
Oh, I like it.
and with the Colts?
dude? But you just beat the Chiefs at home.
No, I agree.
But like I would say, and I'm saying the white hot take. I don't think Tomlin's getting fired. I would say Nathaniel Hackett. I don't think he makes it through the season. That offense looks terrible. He does not look like the Russell Wilson that was in Seattle.
Right.
If there's the next coach that will be fired, I think will be Hackett.
Boom.
Russell Wilson doesn't look like the Russell Wilson that was in Seattle. He's had a couple, like, he's injured. It's always something. He's not unlimited.
Did you see the sandwich commercial now?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
The
what was
what?
it called? The
Dangerous something.
yeah, the Subway
Dangerous
sandwich.
or something.
I forget what it was, but
Dude,
it was so lame.
It's
Yeah, he's
you
cra-
can't get any more cringe.
He's trying to act.
He's
He's
doing it on
all cringe
purpose
all the
now.
time.
I know.
Yeah,
I
he's
know.
doing
I
it
used
on
to not
purpose
hate
now.
him.
Yeah.
I don't even hate him now. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah, he's the most annoying quarterback. Most player. Now that we talk about it. Jerry Jones update. Do you guys want it?
Yes.
So what you don't know about this, Jordan Davis, is that wait. What time is it? Hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm not missing a meeting here. That was stuck, huh? I do have a meeting at noon with the Netflix head.
Oh, wrap it up. Let's go. That's big. They want 25 whistles on
At
Netflix.
in 5 minutes. I know. What do we do, boys?
I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to get fired. I just want to make
Before we get cut off.
Let's get that on record.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna do this meeting, and then I'm sure Jordan's got music, cool stuff to do. No, don't end it. We'll come back. I'll finish it even if by myself. 'Cause I got commercials to do and stuff. But I gotta hop on this meeting. Thank God I saw it. Yeah, I gotta meet who am I meeting here?
Dude, that's awesome. Though.
I know. I'm sorry,
know.
everybody.
Is it Mr. Netflix?
You don't need to be
It
sorry about
is.
Are you meeting with Mr. Netflix?
that. Himself?
Casting head of. It doesn't matter. All right.
Casting.
It may only be like 15 minutes if you guys want to stay.
I'll be around.
Yeah.
I'll be around. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me go to this meeting, and when you come back, if you're listening to this, there was never even a break.
Ooh.
It's like a dream or a sleep. You don't even realize you were asleep. You just close your eyes and wake up.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas.
Yes.
All right, okay. We'll be back in 1 second. We're back. Yeah, I just took over Netflix. I'm CEO now.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's crazy.
Bobby literally just talked to Mr. Netflix.
Yeah, you're all fired.
Did we get the show?
Yeah, you didn't.
Oh.
Do we get free Netflix?
You don't. Actually, you're paying double from now on. Well, I was going to read you my. Can you see if you can find my phone? Maybe my office. I don't know. I was going to read you my Jerry Jones update. Before we do that, let's get a coach's update real quick. You guys have all. They drew out of a hat to book a coach. So we drew from all the major conferences, and they got a coach, and they've been just trying to book them through email, basically, Jordan.
Oh, for the show.
Yeah,
For
so
tw-
what's the update? Mike, what do you got?
Coach Wilcox from Cal. He has agreed to come on the show.
Come on.
And we're just lining up the time right now.
Yeah, one time we already had didn't match, but we think we're going to get it next week.
Yeah, it's
What?
harder with West Coast, but we'll get it.
So Mike's got his guy on the line. He's reeling it in right now.
no.
He's got it on the line. All right. Eddie, who do you have and how's it going?
I have Billy Napier, head coach of Florida. Chomp, chomp. But here's the deal.
You said it was close.
Dude, we were so close, and I finally got an email a couple of days ago. And I've been wanting to tell you. I've been trying to call you and tell you, but I'm like, no, I'm going to wait.
What do you mean? We played golf together for 4
and
hours yesterday.
I wanted to tell you, but I was going to save it for the podcast. They finally said that this season is not going to work, but as soon as the season's over, he would like to talk to you guys.
We don't want it. We don't want a postseason.
Yeah,
That's what I. Yeah, and I didn't know whether to go back and be like, that's unacceptable. We want to talk to him right now, or just be like, okay, no, we're good.
Would you like me to try to get Brian Kelly and his family on this?
Yeah.
Well, you got to draw him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need a mulligan is what I guess I'm
So
going to tell you.
the mulligan is you're moving off of it. We're drawing another one for you. Do we have the hat somewhere
Yeah.
that we can do at the end of this?
Yeah.
Great. So Eddie is moving off.
I have to.
So now you're -1.
Correct.
You need
yeah.
to get 1 just to get even. They're competing for $500.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a prize.
Dude, I can get Brian Kelly.
What do you have to draw him though?
I know. I'm just saying.
And
He's
you're
in the
counting on
hat.
Jordan to give him to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait,
Jordan's my
is
friend.
is that in the rules or no?
I don't care what you guys do. Okay.
Yeah, you can go anyway.
Okay.
Go
All right,
anyway.
all right.
Kickoff, Kevin.
Mine is Jimbo Fisher from Texas A&M,
good
and
Yeah, he's not talking.
Gig him. Yeah, reached out, email last week, email again, called him the other day, and I've got nothing but more crickets.
Are you asking for a mulligan?
Yes, I was seeing what your guys' updates were, and Mike, dang it, you're ahead.
Mine may
So-
jump ahead 2 if
Yeah.
you. So you going -1,
So let's go -1. Time to move on from Jimbo.
and if you stay in the negatives, you owe me money.
Yeah.
What?
What?
No,
Wait, wait,
that was
wait,
not in
wait,
the
wait,
rules.
We should write that in.
Adam,
Sadly, I also got the stiff arm yesterday from the Rutgers athletic department, who informed me that Coach Schiano was not going to be able to make an appearance on our podcast this season. But we could call him after the season, and maybe we could work it out. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Did we email the same person?
I don't know.
That's exactly
the
what they told
gatekeeper
me.
of all college coaches
Yeah.
is not. I mean, I got Pittman, and he hopped right up.
Yeah, he's your buddy.
I was about to say
That's
that's a
different.
little soft.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
I can get the head coach at UCF.
He's your buddy.
I know, he's not my buddy. Do you know who it is?
Gus Malzahn.
No.
Yeah,
he's-
Malzahn.
Okay, no.
Yeah. Okay, well, Mike might get one, and Mike might jump in the lead here.
Dang.
Adam, you going -1?
I'm trying to decide how persistent I should be. Like, should I go back? But I think I'm gonna have to go -1 too.
Okay.
I don't think it wasn't sounding pretty promising.
I'm shocked that Kevin's going -1 because he doesn't need to. He just hasn't gotten a response. We got a no. Straight no. It's not going to happen.
But the longer I wait, the more I'm behind.
Well, you ought like not pursuing another coach.
But like I'm saying,
No, I
since-
get it, but if
yeah.
you're not going to pursue another coach, sure.
Oh, I'm definitely going to pursue another coach.
But I mean, my point is, you can just sit at 0, and these all knuckleheads could go back to -1 and never get anybody, and you win.
because we're forced to punt.
But the competitive, I don't know. I'm like, dang, I need something here.
We've already called it. So
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
do we have the hat?
Like,
Yeah, but grab it for me real quick. Okay, I'm gonna read this.
it's-
So I emailed Jerry Jones and was like, "Yo, dude, come on the show." It's a pretty good email, but. And so we went back and forth. Here's the update. I just now opened for the first time.
Come on, Jerry.
He said, "Hey, good morning, Bobby. Just reaching out. Didn't forget you. Expecting to review several pending inquiries with Jerry later today, including yours. We'll update you tomorrow."
He's like,
Whoa.
hey, he's like, first in the agenda, Dak's return, and then
Yeah.
see if he comes on 25 whistles.
How about that? What if I get Jerry Jones and you guys can't
Dude,
get the
You're Bobby freaking Bones.
That's nothing. Nobody cares.
if
Billy
dude,
Napier doesn't know who producer Eddie is. He doesn't care.
Okay. Yes, he does. Trust me. You guys are a good guy.
If Jerry Jones comes on here, that's a big grab.
Right? That'd be cool.
That's pretty
Huge,
billionaire.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Eddie, you're up first.
Come on.
Your coach will be.
Coach Kelly, LSU.
But you have to change
Geo
your style.
Tigers.
You have to change your style though, because
mean?
that one didn't work.
Is that not how I pronounce it?
You have, you have Brian
Kelly!
Harsin from Auburn.
He'll be real easy to
Hey,
get
hold
after
on.
next
Well,
week.
you better hurry up
Hold
because he
on.
might not be there any
You
longer.
idiots. He's going to have all the time in the world.
But he's not going to be a head coach.
So if he
what I
gets
was saying.
fired,
Well, the name. If you get Brian Harsin at any point, that counts.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Woo! This is good.
I did see him do an interview with 24/7 recently. Okay, so
so
maybe
there you
he's
go.
doing interviews. Yeah, just okay. You got to change your style up.
Thank you.
Whatever you did last time didn't work.
I know.
Kevin,
yes.
your coach is. Oh, you're never gonna get it.
Another one?
Saban.
It's
Is it
got to be Nick
Saban?
Saban. It's got to be Nick Saban.
You're never gonna get
No.
Jim Harbaugh.
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Hey. Okay, never mind.
Ryan Hurd.
Okay.
Go to whoever. I don't care who you go.
Does
to.
Ryan know Jim Harbaugh?
I don't know. Adam,
Let's go.
you have. Okay, this one could actually happen.
Dang it.
Come on.
You have Josh Heupel, Tennessee.
Okay, let's go.
Oh,
Dude.
dude, he
Yeah,
can
I
get
think
the
it'll-
he'll
Regionally
land that one.
relevant.
that one.
I have friends in the
He'll land that
athletic
one.
department. Let's go.
I think that could be one you could get.
Yeah.
And
good one
we're
to
on
get.
in Knoxville. The show is.
You leave right now, you can get there by 3.
That's true. You go interview him yourself if you could. Go up to the microphone, do it yourself.
All right.
Bring that in. Okay, so let me talk about this. Jordan, you have to go.
No.
You
I
sure?
yeah.
Give me
I
a
got little
minute.
bit longer.
Give me a minute.
It says like 12:40. If I left now, I'd be there at 12:43. My plane leaves at 1:35. I'm good.
That's too risky.
Dang, dude,
bro.
risking it.
Go. You should go.
He's a country superstar.
I'll do,
Okay.
dude. I'll do anything. For
All right, here's what we're
25
gonna do. We're
whistles.
Yes, there we go.
Let me talk about DraftKings for a second because it's time for the parlay of the week. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, parlay. Ready for this one?
I like that.
I'm taking my 15-1 record up. Here are my teams for the parlay of the week, and they're all money lines. By the way,
Nice.
Ooh.
how do you feel about money lines?
That's a big. That's a big payout. Any dogs in
How do
there?
you,
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say, if there are any
that
dogs
was a
in there, this
question.
is
I
crazy.
was about to say,
Here's
like-
the thing. It's a Mississippi money line week, where I'm going Mississippi State money line, and that line is usually they're a favorite by 3, 2.5 over Texas A&M. And Texas A&M, the ranked squad, had a big win over Arkansas. But I'm taking the Mississippi State money line, taking the Ole Miss money line over Kentucky, and I'm also throwing a little UTSA over Middle Tennessee.
Okay.
Middle had a big game.
So it's a 3-parter money liner. If you bet $20, you'll make right now $61.
That's not bad.
So that's my money line 3-gamer. I don't want to go money line 2-gamer. That's weak sauce. That's my money line 3-gamer there. So bet that. Make some money on 15-1.
I'm about to say you could be. That's an 18-1 feel to me.
I'll say this: more smiles than frowns.
More
smiles
Yeah,
than
get you
frowns.
more smiles than frowns. And don't forget, also new customers at DraftKings can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win. You get $200 in free bets if you do. Everybody can boost your winnings with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. Every leg you add, you boost your winnings up to 100%. All right, throw down on the stepped up same game parlays once per game all season long. All right, so let's do this real quick because Jordan Davis, big star, got to get to the tour bus.
Yes.
He's got some touring to do. Give me the college game you're most excited about quickly, Eddie.
Easy, Arkansas, Alabama. Sorry, I got to take it. It's freaking gonna be awesome, dude. If there's one game you got to watch this week, on Saturday, it's that one.
Is that not everybody's?
I don't know, but I was first.
Wake Florida State.
Yo, okay.
Okay, you can say same game. Go ahead.
No, I
Kevin.
got Clemson, NC State. I think it's a big game for Clemson. I think if they prove something, it'll be good.
Adam?
NC State's good.
Obviously, Arkansas, bias alarm all day, but Arkansas, Alabama, I'm planning my entire weekend around that. Little story, 15 years ago, my wife and I first started dating.
Yeah.
We were in college. That was the last time Arkansas beat Alabama, was when Lee Tiffin missed 3 field goals, and that was my wife and I's first kiss, and Arkansas has beat Alabama since. So I blame her.
She hasn't kissed him since.
And so in honor of that, I'm not kissing my wife this week until Arkansas beats Alabama.
That's cute.
No, that's a joke.
I feel like that was like a Lee Corso moment. Was that not he's like about to pull out the headgear?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I'm going, Arkansas, Alabama. I think Arkansas's got a legit shot at winning this game. If they win it, the West totally is up for grabs. Arkansas gets right back into contention. And, I think it's a great game.
Well, I won't pick that one out. I think LSU Tennessee is interesting to me. I do.
We play Auburn this weekend.
I know. I'm just screwing with you.
I was about to say,
Did you think he was serious?
Wait a second. I thought we played Auburn.
Here are my games. I bring that up because I'm going to talk a few games with you here. By the way, my game also will be Arkansas, Alabama. That was easy. Michigan -11. Add these 3 bets to my bets.
Ooh.
I'm just going to go in. I don't care. I don't have perfect record. I'm not precious about it anymore. Let's go. Balls to the wall.
Who are they?
Iowa?
Iowa, yeah.
I got Michigan -11.
Number 4 team on the road.
Michigan -11.
Yeah, hammer it.
More smiles
Hammer
than
it.
frowns.
Yay.
Next up, OU -6.5.
Do you trust them again?
Because they're mad, right?
Because I'm going to have to watch that game, and I need to bet on it in order to root for them. And then thirdly, the Tennessee game, -3. That's it. Bet those.
I think Jordan's actually betting it right now.
Yeah.
Collect your smiles.
The only, OU, I like that
Get
one.
a smile purse. You can have so many smiles to put in there. You got to put them, zip up the purse.
I don't
Smile
know.
account.
Tennessee makes me a little.
Why?
I just don't know who Tennessee is yet.
Yeah, you do. They're a team with a good quarterback, a good offense, pretty good defense.
Hooker's good. Quarterback is good.
You want some smiles? Who wants to smile?
I want to smile.
smile.
Bet them all.
Okay.
I think you're in the money for sure. I think OU and Michigan's hammer those.
Bet them all. Number 1 NFL game you're excited about? Go, Eddie.
Cowboys, Washington. Bias alarm.
Thank you. Kevin?
Chiefs, Bucks, Mahomes, Brady. Come on.
It's good. Adam?
Cowboys, Commanders. I want to see what the Cowboys are made of. Can they keep winning without Dak?
Jordan?
Chiefs, Bucks.
How about Jacksonville, Philly? That's for me.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to
Pretty
pick
good.
Jacksonville for anything, and I pick them every week because I'm just like I'm telling you,
man.
they're good.
I'm like Jordan with that one. I don't know who Jacksonville is yet.
Yeah.
I don't know who Trevor Lawrence is yet.
But
And
if you've watched them, you do. You just
Yeah.
they've sucked for so long, you don't believe what
Yeah,
you're
you don't
seeing
trust
with
them.
your own eyes.
That could
Yes.
be it.
There's some truth there, but also Jalen Hurts is that Eagles team is good. That's
Scary.
That's a legit team.
The scariest thing to me about that Eagles team is that Jalen Hurts plays a little too reckless running the ball.
Yeah.
That's what I said about your boy in Arkansas too. You laughed at me.
He's huge though.
Oh, I know.
And yes, I agree. Okay, look, we're gonna go to the Ricky Williams interview now.
Yes.
We're gonna come back with a final thought. Let me say this about Ricky: I love him. Not what I thought we were going to do in this interview, but enjoy. Ricky, how are you?
I'm great.
Hey, thanks for the time. One of my guys just came up to me a second ago and said that you had changed your name, and I was like, wait, am I not? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Are you still Ricky Williams?
Yeah, I'm a Gemini, so I'm allowed to have two names.
Well, what do I call you? Can I call you Ricky?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Please, whatever's more comfortable to you.
Just making sure I'm not doing the wrong thing here. I definitely don't want to be insulting in any way.
Yeah, it's really, really, really difficult to insult me. So don't worry about it.
Hey, it's the opposite for me. I get insulted all the time by everybody. So, I first want to go back and just talk for a second about Texas. I lived in Austin for 12, 13 years. I'm a big Arkansas guy, but I've definitely lived in the University of Texas culture for a long time. Like, what is happening at Texas right now?
Honestly, I live in Southern California, and I get back to Texas for a couple of games, but I'm not really that connected with the program. I'm so busy doing, running 3 startups that I don't have the time to keep tabs on Texas right now.
So, are you interested in football at all, as far as keeping up with college football? Period.
I'm interested in what, like, the spirit of college sport. I'm in what sports can do, how it can help us, train us to attack goals and help us learn how to handle life. But as far as following the storylines, the drama, a lot of that brings up a lot of stuff for me. It's like when you're in the football world and you lose, it's like the world ends for at least 3 or 4 days, and just riding that roller coaster. It's one thing as a fan, but when you're the soldier on the battlefield, it's really intense. And so kind of in retiring, I retired from that intense up and down of tracking the storylines of who's winning and who's not.
When you were in high school and you were the number 1 running back in the entire country and you're being recruited, what is it like for people to come from all over to tell you, hey, you're the best and we want you? Is that overwhelming at all?
No, because my goal was to be the best. And so it was validating.
Whenever they're saying, hey, come to this university, or did you ever have a second where you thought, hey, maybe because you were also a great baseball player, you signed with the Phillies, but did you ever have a second where you're like, maybe I want to play baseball because it's not as physical?
No. I mean, I can look back and say that makes sense, but I didn't care about how physical. I couldn't have been of the kind of running back I was if I cared about how physical the game was. I mean, I used the physicality of the game to my advantage. The people who thought maybe I want to play a different game because this is too physical, those were the guys I was trying to go after.
How easy was high school football for you?
I don't think football has ever been easy for me. I think what is easy is to work hard. And I think because I applied that skill or that talent to football, it became really good at it.
You talk about all the startups that you're running now. So describe a day to me where you wake up in the morning, and I'm sure your mind's going in a lot of places all at once. First thing, your eyes open, what's happening?
Yeah, so first thing, my eyes open, and the first thought in my mind is, honestly, I when I'm laying in bed is when I pray first. I do my morning alignment, and then I do my morning ritual, and then my mind goes straight to my calendar, because like I said, I'm running 3 different startups, and I'm trying to create more overlap, but it's a process. And so there's 3 companies that are going, and I have different levels of responsibility to each, and it manifests through my calendar. So I think, okay, what's on my calendar? I look at the calendar and I come to terms with what's going to be required of me for the day, and then I hit it.
Talk to me about meditation for a second. It's something I've struggled with, as far as, man, I've tried, and it's a lot of work, and I'm okay with the work, but I struggle focusing and staying focused and spending time on just the one thought. And I've gotten a little better, but is it something that you have gotten a lot better at? Do you do it often?
Yeah. So my training as a professional athlete requires a lot of training. So when I retired in 2004, I found myself living at a yoga ashram, and it's spiritual training. So we were meditating twice a day. We were meditating for at least an hour a day. And so when you do that for a long period of time, anything you do consistently for a long period of time, you get better at. But the simple idea, and you really got to the core of it with meditation, is just resting on one thought. So anytime you're doing anything you love, that's a meditation. And the reason it feels good is because the mind is focused, right? And I think if it's something that you want to become really good at, then you practice, right? Like anything. And that's what they call a meditation practice.
What do you?
And that's just it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. Like, what do you think the benefits are? Because I've spoken to a lot of people about how I can get better in different types of meditation, even transcendental meditation. There's different apps that I use. What are the big benefits to folks that aren't very familiar with it and possibly go, okay, I could use this, but what can they get out of it?
So meditation, from where I come from, is part of a larger system of self culture, becoming a better person. And one of the things that keeps us from being better people is the mind. The mind starts going crazy, and we have to try to deal with it. And so meditation is really the process of learning to understand and have a better relationship with your mind. And so it's like the practice of sitting, and letting all the crazy thoughts die down. And then you can hear the whispers of like your soul or what you really want to do in life. And then you come out, and as you go through the day, you have all the pressures, but because you had that meditation, you can still hear that little voice inside. And that helps life become more meaningful.
So clarity, meditation is maybe for me, I know that's what I'm chasing, a little more clarity. Is that still what you're like? What is your goal right now as a human being? Now I'm talking about business. We'll get back to it, but like as a human being on this planet, like what's for Ricky Williams to do right now?
Well, I just want to point out, you said not business. I'll get back to that. To me, being a human being and being a parent or it shouldn't be separate. The whole idea is I show up in my business as a human being. Otherwise, what am I doing? So to me, it's all connected. And I feel like I'm at midlife, and I feel like the first half of life is like an experiment. You're trying to figure out who you are and what you're here to do. And I feel like if you do a good job, the second half of life is spent actually doing that. And so that's what I feel like my job is, to share the things I've learned with the world. And as I'm doing that, I keep learning more and I keep having more to share.
I want to talk about what you're doing with the cannabis lifestyle brand, but in the state of Arkansas, where I'm from, they just now put on the ballot recreational marijuana. Like the Supreme Court just said, the state Supreme Court said we're going to put it on the ballot. Now, Arkansas is an extremely conservative state. I've never smoked weed, but I'm so pro making it legal, recreational, because I've seen it do a lot of great things for people, friends with cancer. I've seen it I know people who can't take medicine because they're allergic to it, but it has numbed their pain centers, where doctors have even said, hey, look, you should use cannabis because what you can't use are these pharmaceuticals that probably aren't good for you anyway, but you can use weed in these ways that will actually make it a healthier transition to you getting healthy again. Whenever a state is finally putting it on the ballot, and I'm such a big advocate of legalizing it, are you involved in that at all on any grassroots effort with these states, or are you just in California now where it is legal? Are you working to build that out?
So our brand, the lifestyle brand, the aim is to be a national brand. So yeah, we have our ears, sometimes our feet, in every market, legal and non-legal, because ideally we want to be a presence in around the whole country.
So, and the brand is Heisman, right? I mean, that's Heisman as in high, H-I-G. I mean, you get the play on words. They're Heisman. So that's the brand. So what's the goal with this? Because to me, it seems, with talking to you and knowing what your goals are as a person, it seems to be about more than just money. Like, what's Heisman to you?
Well, it's an expression of what we've been talking about, and I think I look at, like, what do I have to offer? What do I have to offer? And a platform, like, people listen. And I have experiences with cannabis where I was in a position where I had to see, how do I use this to make my life better? And so the whole lifestyle brand is about, cannabis is real. It's coming. More and more people are going to consume as time goes on. But there's very little education about how to consume it and what to do and how to actually utilize it to become a better person. So our tagline is Spark Greatness. And one of the things about athletes and cannabis is the history has been, we just punish them. These people that perform, that do wonderful things, we punish them for using cannabis instead of asking, like, how are you using it, right? And that's what I'm trying to put out into the world, to really change the conversation.
I have crazy anxiety, and the only reason I don't smoke weed, honestly, is because I've never had a drink of alcohol either. I'm just scared of putting anything in my body because I come from a group of a family of addicts, and I know I would want to smoke weed all the time. It looks awesome. So, talk to me, because I don't even like smoking stuff, because I don't like drinking hot coffee. I don't even like. I barely like my steak warm. Right? I don't like anything hot. So, if I came to you and said, "Hey, listen, I got some crazy anxiety issues. I don't want to smoke anything." Like, what would you say to somebody like that? What should I, if I were going to do it? What should I kind of hop into and just wade my way into your product?
Well, here's the thing. Like, part of what we do is it's really about starting the conversation. So if you have anxiety, like, that's the Western medical model to say, here, take something for it. Like, that's not what we're about. We're about having a conversation. Like, let's talk about your anxiety, because I publicly had social anxiety. So as we start to have that conversation, right, especially if we are consuming cannabis, the conversation opens up and you get more clarity about your anxiety. So it's not something you have to treat. It's something you understand more about yourself. And that's the lifestyle, because if you're just taking pills to feel better, you're never going to achieve greatness. If you're using cannabis or whatever, meditate, whatever you're using in your life to understand yourself better, right? Everything is going to be just fine.
I go to the dentist sometimes and I'll do laughing gas and I have real peace with myself. And I'm like, I actually like myself, right? That's the point.
Yeah.
And I've been there and I've been like, wow, if I could feel like this, because there's clarity. At one point, Ricky, I don't know, you can tell me I'm crazy. I was so laughing gassed up. I had convinced myself the only thing we ever needed in life was love. That's it. And I had this whole moment.
Okay, there you go. So that's part of it, right? There's that being in that altered state and having that experience. And the next part, and this is the major part of what Heisman is about, it's like, when you come down, what do you do with it? You know, do you just keep it up here and only visit there every night? Or do you try to find a way to integrate it into your life?
Do you look back now and, with we'll use the word trouble, or, whenever you would get, the league would come to you and say, okay, we're going to suspend you. Do you look back now and be like, I told you guys were way too harsh back then. And if you'd only been born 15 years later, like, it wouldn't have been as much of an issue.
No. I don't have that kind of emotion around it. As I was going through everything, I thought about all of the great men in history, and the tribulations and trials they had to go through. And I just identified with them. And so it actually made me feel proud of being persecuted, because I knew I was right.
At what age did you love football the most?
What a wonderful question. I'd say 8th grade.
At what age did you love football the least?
I don't know if there was a time where I didn't love football. There's football, and then there's like my definition of football and what it means to me, and then there's other people's definition of football. I've always loved my definition of football and what it means to be a football player. I've had issues with other people's definitions of what it means to be a football player.
I'm anxious to know what your definition is, because I love where you come from just as a person, and I watch clips of you talking, and have spent a lot of time listening to you, especially talk about what we're talking about now. What's your definition of football that makes you go, I love this game?
Well, it's like a warrior sport where the idea is different people come together to bring their ability and their talent to bear on a common goal. And what I loved about being a football player was there was a place I could go every day, and everything around me was pushing me to be better. And also the courage, is that every week as a football player, you have a new challenge, and you have to find resources and inner resources to be able to deal with that challenge. And I just love that training.
When you make a trip and you go to the Himalayas, which I was reading about your trip there, and you spend, literal years learning about plants and learning organic ways to treat or to use to make your life better, that is dedication. It's seemingly, as you mentioned earlier, a similar dedication that you had to make to being an athlete. Do you feel like that you're going into learning the same way you trained to be, a premier athlete?
Well, it's who I am. So anything I take a serious interest in, I bring all of that energy to bear upon it.
Is it weird that some countries are just like, yeah, it's a plant, it helps? And then when we hear like, that's not a plant, you're going to jail.
Yeah. What's weird is it's only been about 100 years, where we really had this twisted attitude about cannabis. But for a couple thousand years previous, it was used all around the world as medicine. But I think in the scientific age, it's actually a positive thing because now as science is approaching cannabis, we're really starting to unlock its secrets, and I think that's exciting.
Do people recognize you and go, "Hey, Ricky Williams"? Like in the gym, are you still like throwing up some massive weight, and they're like, "Bro, you still got it"?
No, but when most places I go, people, they look at me and they say, "Hey, you look like you could still play," and that's what I mean, like their definition. I'm like, I'm 45. Like, come on.
Do you ever hop in like a little flag game, maybe a little neighborhood game, and dominate?
Of course.
That would be awesome, dude.
But I dominate on defense though. I like to play that linebacker position.
Oh man, that would be awesome. And don't tell. I just show up with Ricky. I don't tell anybody. I'm like, I'm just gonna bring my friend. We're gonna hop in a game. You ever play basketball? You play pickup basketball at all?
Yeah, of course.
Can you shoot?
Of course.
I don't know. You're saying of course. I don't know if you can shoot. You just body people down low. I don't know. You can shoot.
I'm an athlete. I figure it out.
All right. Well, you ever play pickleball?
No, but what is pickleball? It sounds familiar.
So it's like tennis, but with wiffle balls.
Okay. Yes. I know now.
I mean, you would dominate. I assume the hand-eye coordination's still good.
Yeah, like I live right down the street from Venice, and there's pickleball courts there, and people are always playing.
Golf.
Yeah, I've picked up golf lately. I've been playing more. I had probably the best round just last week.
I mean, that's the game where if you can like meditate and focus and realize that life's not over after one bad shot. I mean, that's a metaphor for life, right? It's your ball goes in the woods. What do you do next? Like,
that's part of it. But part of it is if you focus on the ball, it won't go in the woods. So, but yes, it's both, right? It's one, the reminder, just focus on this one thing. And two, if you miss, it's not the end of the world. You have another opportunity to just focus on this one thing.
I don't know, Ricky. I focus real hard. It goes right in the woods and water. Woods and water constantly. Let me say this. You guys, the Instagram is at Heisman. Ricky Williams, just a big fan back in the day. Big fan now. I love somebody who knows what they want to do and does it regardless of what everybody else says, good or bad. Like, I respect that about you in so many ways. And I think we're all just trying to find our peace. And have you found your peace?
Of course. Yes, I have. But I found it, but it's more like I found the formula. You still have to do the work, right? And so if I lose the piece, I know how to get it back, but I still have to do the work to get it back.
What's the longest you ever meditated?
4 hours.
Golly. I do like 10 minutes, and I'm like, I got to cook. Nope, got to go run. Nope, got to pick up the dog.
Practice, though. It took me a while and I was in a retreat like space, so I didn't have all those things to worry about.
All right. Hey, Ricky, I really appreciate the time. Thank you very much. Big fan, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, buddy. All right, Ricky Williams, awesome. Appreciate that, Ricky. It's my dude now.
Dude, Ricky's awesome.
That's my dude. That's my dude. All right, final thought from everybody. It can be about whatever you want. Jordan, we're going to go to you last. Eddie.
Ooh, guys, in California, they're about to vote on a big thing. Girls flag football in high school. I'm all for it. How freaking cool would that be?
That's really cool.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think still Friday nights in high school.
It'll be small.
Like, yeah, it'll be small, but
that's really cool.
I think it'd be really cool, so I thought I'd bring that up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully that vote goes through.
Kickoff Kevin.
Bill Belichick was peak Belichick on Wednesday at his press conference, talking about Mac Jones and his injury, asked him what he's going to do.
What do I look like? A doctor, an orthopedic surgeon? Like, I don't know. Day by day.
Keep it up, Bill.
Guy's fascinating.
Adam.
Texas Tech beat the Longhorns last week in Lubbock. Part of their success was a big they're just gamblers, man, down there. They go for it on fourth down. They lead the country 15 fourth down going for it attempts this year, and they hit 6 for 8 last week, and it's part of a big trend in college football. More and more people going for it on fourth down on the positive side of the 50, and it makes the game a lot more fun, I think.
And that's an Adam stat.
Mm-hmm.
We ran out of time because all this crap's been happening.
That's cool, Adam.
Been rushed. That's a good Adam stat there. I like that.
Thank you.
Eddie, who's your NFL? You got to bet your kid's car. You lost your wife's car. You lost your car.
Oh, I'm done.
What's your NFL bet?
I'm done. I don't have a car. I have nothing to bet. However, I do have $1, and I got 13
No, you
games.
bet your kids Tyco or your kids.
The electric Jeep.
Oh, you're doing a 13-game parlay?
I'm doing a 13 game
dear
parlay.
God. Oh, my.
For
Oh, yeah.
$1,
Those always
Jordan.
hit, Eddie.
Jordan, for $1, I could win $4,000.
Go, Eddie, go.
Let's go.
You want me to hit this real quick?
Go.
All right, follow me. It's going to be fast. Minnesota -2.5.
No
Tennessee +3.5. New York
Wait,
-3.
Tennessee's -3.
No, they're +3.5.
Are they?
Yeah,
Did I
take
read-
it.
Did I write that down wrong?
Yeah, no, Tennessee's +3.5. Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'm
forgot the cross up and down.
Dang. I just got. I'm a 6-point swing for me.
There you go.
I'm
right.
taking Tennessee +3.
That's even
You
better.
know,
Yeah, 6-point swing.
That's funny. No one corrected you on that.
I know. Go ahead.
All right, Giants -3, Baltimore +3, Texans +5, Detroit -4, Pittsburgh -3, Philly -6.5, Cowboys -3.
3 lost.
Atlanta Falcons +1.5, Arizona Cardinals +1.5, Denver Broncos +2.5, and New England Patriots +9.5. Make some, I guess, smiles.
Mine is they're starting a professional pickleball league, and I saw where LeBron and Draymond Green are buying a team. I reached out to Jake Owen, who's a friend of mine, and I was like, dude, we got to buy a team in this. We got to get our boys together and buy a team. And so we don't know how much it costs.
Yeah, a team is how many dudes?
We don't know, but if LeBron, I don't know if LeBron and Draymond bought one, it's probably too expensive for us.
Yeah,
but still,
for sure.
Yeah.
we're like
Yeah,
thinking
that's
about
That's a billionaire.
collecting money and getting a pickleball team.
It's a lot of money.
That's
Big
kinda
professional
cool.
pickleball league.
Yeah.
And then also Aaron Judge, I don't care. I'll be
What do
honest
you
with
mean you don't care?
I don't care. First of all, he's not breaking the record. Steroid records are records, regardless. They're records.
Thank you.
And I'm not a Yankees fan, so I don't care about it from that angle. Okay. So Aaron Judge, you had a great season, an awesome season, a season unlike many others, unlike most. But I don't care. You're not breaking 70. You're not.
He's got a few games left.
So, yeah. I'm just
know if
saying
he'll
I
get
don't
that
care.
high.
I don't care that much. Does anybody else care?
No.
I don't.
Nah.
Minimally, I look.
I love baseball in the '90s. Tony Gwynn, I saw a stat.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
Tony
sorry.
Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn struck out like 190 times in the entire '90s.
Yeah, I saw
right.
that.
And Aaron Judge struck out that many times this season.
Jordan,
Crazy.
your final thought.
Final thought. For me, I think I'm a big Titans fan now.
Let's go.
I think I bumped into Tannehill the other
Single
night.
clap.
Just me.
Great
Where'd you
guy.
see Tannehill?
He was at the pre-show hang for the Ryman.
You can book him here.
I didn't. I'll get Tannehill on here. No
There's
doubt.
no way you get
Oh,
Tannehill.
that
on
That could be
here.
my guy.
Okay.
I'll get the guy on.
For $500?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
No, he should get. Yeah, that's tough. He has an
Okay, I'll
unfair
be out of the
advantage.
money, but that'll
Okay.
be my yeah.
Okay,
So,
if you bring Tannehill on here, then we'll be your
That'd be-
friend.
then can I be like
Yeah,
an
you're already a
actual
Whistler.
25?
You can come in anytime you
Yeah,
want.
man.
Let's go.
Yeah, you like Tannehill?
Yeah, he's a great
You do?
guy. Great guy.
I saw him eating at True Food across from me once. Didn't bother him. Someone went up right in the middle of his food and bothered him. And I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Wait till he's getting up.
That's not the Nashville way.
Not when he's got his food in his plate.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you see Jordan Davis, I'd eat no bother him all day long.
Yeah.
All right. I hope you have a good tour this weekend.
Thanks,
Playing some
buddy.
shit. You playing with Luke this weekend?
Yeah. That's
it-
Albany, New York.
I see a lot of videos you playing golf out there.
You got to get out and play with us.
I'm not going to Luke's tour just to go play
He goes
golf.
on tour to play.
We'll go play. We'll play whenever we come back. Before it gets too cold. We got to do it quick.
All right, there he is. Jordan, you can blow us. Go ahead and hit the blow us out. All right.
No one said anything.
That's it.
Thanks, Jordan, for that.
Jordan,
Yeah.
good to see you. Jordan Davis, follow him. Is it
Thank
Jordan
y'all.
C. Davis? Is that it? Jordan C.
Jordan
Davis?
C.W. Davis. Yeah.
Calvin?
Jordan C.
And then Jordan Davis official. I'm officially Jordan Davis on Instagram.
What's CW?
Jordan Davis official. Jordan CW, my favorite network with One Tree Hill.
Right. I don't want to be.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Jordan whistled us out. Bye, everybody.